the beginning here, just a photo from the other day, getting to visit the Browns and have a lovely dinner with them. So very, very thankful to the Browns for Eddie and Sylvia and Stephanie for sponsoring and being in support and actually taking the time to, be a part of the program. I think it's a rare opportunity to get to meet the faces behind the programming, so a huge opportunity and very unique experience. And I'm just going to give a brief overview of what the program has kind of been like. So just Be in Study program overview, they had completed a 2-week orientation and we're on the final day of our month-long intensive. So they were able to attend at least 5 key Farnsworth events. And I'm sure you're familiar with some of those. I won't list them off. They also got the insider look at the YF Study Center with Will Coleman, got to visit the Olson House. And it's a unique opportunity for sure. Learning about conservation and, how we partner with the YF Study Center, that it's not necessarily a part of the museum and it's a very unique opportunity and experience. Community networking in Rockland, Camden, Portland, Booth Bay, Waterville. I mean, these young women were all over the place representing the Farnsworth Art Museum and our programming. And they also, I think what else is really unique is that there were training sessions and mentorship across departments. So they had a department mentor. Thank you to the advancement team, and also, big thank you to the curatorial team for being their home base. But also, getting to have lunch sessions with the learning and engagement team, training sessions with operations. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Robert. So they really got to work across departments and hear from one another and also share their experiences. So I'm going to turn it over to Amani to get us started. Right here.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Okay, my name is Amani Turner. I'm a rising sophomore attending Hampton University, and I am majoring in strategic communications. Okay, so coming into the program, my personal objective was to explore the beauty of Maine in hopes to better my own understanding of a world broader than mine, getting experiences and having fun in an array of ways while developing my professional skills and networking and attending various events to build meaningful connections. And I think I did all of that while I was here, thankfully. So my project mentor was Emily Pope. Unfortunately, she's not here because Victorian is going through some things. But she was my manager, or the person that I really checked in with and learned a lot from. And my projects included foundation and sponsorship research, answering grant prompts to prepare for expectations for future grant applications, and I had the experience to work on a portion of grant reports for the Wingate and the Anonymous Foundation. So I was really lucky to be able to do that and to really get some insight into grant writing, because prior to this summer, I literally did not know what that was, and I just was able to gain a lot of valuable skills, and again, like a lot of insight going forward. Some basic skills that I think that I was able to really learn was becoming familiar with the different methods of communication across the museum, because I was able to see how differently we communicate within our own staff, with our donors, with our members outside, and then also with grant writing. Everything is like a little bit different, so just really learning how to again, just really learning those different methods of communicating with other people just to get their point across in the best way possible. Obviously, I was refining my writing, my storytelling skills. I had a plethora of opportunities to kind of get a lot of advice on that, so that was really lucky. Again, learning the fundamentals of grant writing, and then research experience. Of course, research is very valuable in the entire museum department, so I was really lucky to learn a little bit more about sponsorships, foundations, and that part that I really wasn't familiar with at first. Some of my highlights was the tour of the Ellison Beauregard Foundation with Dottie McNeil. The artist talked with Joyce Tennyson, and we just got to visit her home studio, which was really nice. The studio day with Sean Alonzo Harris. The summer show was really fun. I really loved being able to see everyone and kind of dance, and the band was really great. The James Roth book signing, I did not expect to get a book, but I did, and I think that's such a nice keepsake that I'm going to take home. And then First Friday, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a highlight being able to like go to all the other museums and galleries and really get to talk to all the other directors and curators and kind of really see like this big like artist community that I wouldn't have guessed was here, but like I really saw that in action and I really appreciated that. Yes, it's my book. Yeah. Okay, but some of my challenges, and I'm going to start off with a quote from Anna Sualarkis, who I was able to see at an artist talk with the Indigo Alliance at the Botanical Gardens. And she says, embracing art does not fit conventional standards and expectations. Inclusivity of indigenous peoples in multiple spaces, not just as artists and curators, but as board members, marketing professionals, and those in leadership positions. And that kind of doesn't only apply to indigenous people, that also applies to BIPOC in general. And I think that that quote just basically summarizes kind of how I was feeling a little bit like disconnected from the museum collection and the representation in museum staff and collection. I really appreciate this opportunity. I know that it's kind of the first step in the Farnsworth initiative because I know that we're all about diversity, accessibility, and inclusion. And again, I really appreciate being here, but of course I have to be an advocate for Black women and the Black community. And I just think that, again, this is an amazing first step, but of course I'd like to push a little bit more. So for the future, some of my critiques that I've been able to talk to, the interns and we've come to a consensus. Basically, this is what we would like to host this for a longer period of time. Everything was phenomenal, but like a month was not long enough at all. Because like I just got here, and then here I am now. Connecting with more interns in the area, we got to meet some of them at CMTA, but we did know that we have more interns at like different companies, like the bank and like different colleges, and I think that would be really nice just to create like a community of younger people. And then the need for more projects and mentorships, I think that I just like kind of get through things quickly and I didn't like realize like, I needed to pace myself a little bit more, but having more like opportunity to do that. And then when we did visit Colby College, we were able to see that they got the opportunity to write labels for a lot of artworks, and I think that would be really interesting across the board, more shadowing experience, inclusion in the newsletter and blog, because I saw that the blog was like a little bit lacking attention. Like we had some like older like articles, and I was just like, oh, that might be fun, like just to give people opportunity to do so. And then more collaboration across boards if needed or interested. We did get a lot of mentorship with like the other departments, but I just think like, I don't know, maybe if I did want to kind of like join the curatorial team or join the operations team and like something else, and maybe like, I don't know, just more integration in that aspect. Okay, so my major takeaways and what's next. My major takeaway is that I absolutely love this field. I love the museum, I love art, but I don't think grant writing is the way for me to go. Completely, because like it is such a valuable skill, but I don't think I could like only do it. Like I want to be in everything, so I can't like be stuck in my office right someday. But some upcoming personal projects that I definitely want y'all to be on the lookout for, and I definitely will be connecting with a lot of you all in the future, is advocating for studio and student gallery space at my own university, Hampton. Future publications and journalistic writing, because I am a communications major. I'm currently a photojournalist for the Hampton Script at our school, so that's our newspaper. Reproductive advocacy in the DMV. I'm trying to get a fellowship for Repro Rising, which is it's a reproductive advocacy group. And then my own personal artwork, hopefully I'll have time to prioritize that a little bit more and definitely share that with you all. And then, yeah, thank you so much, everyone. This was an amazing first internship experience. Y'all really set the precedent for me. And like, I am just eternally grateful for this community that I was able to build. I really feel like a lot of the connections that I made here were genuine. Y'all were so supportive. Thank you, of course, to the advancement team, to the learning engagement team. Thank you to Emily, even though she's not here. I'm really sad about that.
She's on Zoom.
But thank you to Emily for offering me guidance and resources. Thank you so much for Gwendolyn for being a constant supporter and advocate for us. And then of course, thank you so much Desiree for making this whole thing happen and like really nurturing us in this journey and everything. So yes, thank you all so much.
Hi everyone. Just to reintroduce myself, my name is Sylvia and I'm a marketing major at Hampton University. I had the lovely opportunity to work on the advancement team and work with my mentor Haley. I just wanted to start off my presentation with a huge thank you to Desiree. Thank you for being so attentive and allowing us to network with everyone we get to network with and just being a fun, personal mentor for us. Low-key like an older sister. I also wanted to thank Gwendolyn. Thank you for being so attentive as well, making sure that we were getting the most out of this experience and making sure that we were all okay at the Airbnb and everything. Okay, so I would also like to. Really, I have to stop you a little bit for this photo. So I would also like to give a thank you to the advancement team. I strongly appreciate you for being so welcoming in the Victorian building and creating a lovely office space. I know it was a storage room, but it was perfect to me and warm. But I also want to give a special thank you to Haley, of course. I know you were very busy during the time that we arrived, but you made sure that that first week you ran down everything that someone in marketing does, and you made sure I got a taste of all of it. So I really appreciate it. So during the first few days of being here, Haley explained the main duties of being a marketing manager, specifically in the art industry. So I love it. Sorry. But I love thoroughly researching, analyzing, and writing about exhibitions to create press releases, newsletter segments, building media lists, and social media planning. Haley gave me the opportunity to work on Sylvia's press release. So I pitched in on that, and I just put a link to it. I'm sure it's on the sign up, but if this gets sent out to everyone, it's easily accessible. So, thank you to Jane. Thank you, Jane. So the trip to the Olsen House was so fun to me. I knew Maine was beautiful, but you really opened our eyes to what was really hidden to us. So the trip to the Olsen House was an important experience because it was like seeing a painting Christina's world come to life while also aging away. Seeing the conservation process of the house and learning about the connection to the farm's work was an interesting piece to me and vital to Maine's history. I'm low-key in architecture nerd, low-key. So just seeing the change of the house and kind of thinking about how this house could have been conserved, the exterior at least, it was fun to me. So thank you for that. Here are some other photos on the trip. So meeting with different artists of Maine gave us an opportunity to gain exclusive insight and knowledge. Throughout the program, we were blessed to have met several great artists and advocates such as Donna McNeil, who's the executive director at the Ellis World Art Foundation, Daniel Minter at the Indigo Arts and Minds, photographers Sean Alonzo Harris and Joyce Tennyson from the collection, and Arnold Kemp and Katura Davis from CMCA. Here are just some photos of these trips. I didn't get a lot of photos from the artist talk from Arnold Kemp, so I just put some quotes that I kind of collected from his talk. And my favorite quote is, "A painting is a sentence that can always be revised." So Desiree gave me a creative project because I also love creative design and I would love to get into that field as well as marketing. So a creative project that I was able to explore is logo design. And the story that went with my logo is I wanted to reflect one of inclusion, coming together in the 3 pillars of the Museum Studies program. So special thanks to lead creative director, Rafi Beza, for taking the time to discuss with me briefly about graphic design and helping me think deeper within design. So These are 3 drafts that I created, and yeah, don't be too hard on me. So how I will continue to implement the skills that I learned throughout this internship. Throughout the duration of my internship, I have cultivated my skills in researching, analyzing art exhibitions, basic marketing assets, creative design applications such as an Illustrator and Photoshop, and creative storytelling within design. Since I am a marketing major, I feel like I got a head start in working in the marketing industry, so I just feel like I'm a little ahead of everybody else. But a personal project that has sparked from this internship would be my creation of a research paper that thoroughly analyzes the lack of inclusion of Black artists in the museum industry and how it mentally affects Black people's power to prevail in this industry. Some feedback and challenges. The only challenge that I had was the lack of workers that were also people of color. In that way, I kind of lacked a sense of, it lacked a feeling of a sense of community for me, of course. But the more that I think about it, there is a lot of women power in this industry. So in that sense, I felt a sense of community, and I appreciate that. I really didn't have any challenges, other than I have social anxiety. The events were kind of a bit much. So yeah, thank you to everyone. And yeah, here's my contact.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm going to reintroduce myself quickly. My name is Sarah Marshall. I'm a rising senior at Morgan State University majoring in art history. And this is my final presentation to let you all know how I was doing. So, special thank yous. I really want to start off by saying thank you to the Learning and Engagement Department, especially Gwendolyn and Desiree. Y'all have basically been on call the whole time we have been here. We are so grateful that we could always contact y'all, that we always had support from you all, so thank you. And a big special thank you to the curatorial department, Robert, Sarah, Angie, Francesca. Thank y'all so much for being so welcoming. Jamie and Jane, a humongous thank you. Y'all have taught me so much. I am so grateful, especially this being my senior year. This was a very important experience to me, to learning about the field, and it has been an amazing experience. I don't think I could ask for more, so thank you. So, what I was doing, what I was working on. For my projects, I was curating a show, which has been so great. So I have been working on the Impressions of Coastal Maine exhibition, which so much fun, can't even tell you. So I created a checklist with Jane at my side to help me. Went through many YF pieces. I don't think I've ever seen so much YF work in my life. I went through many YF pieces, picked out the ones that I thought were beautiful, as they all are, and beautiful impressions of the coast. So I created a checklist for that and then revised that checklist, sent that to the registrar, drew out a layout, sent that to Robert, who then sent me a SketchUp, which is a preview that y'all are seeing right now, which is so cool. And you also can see a little bit of my checklist. So that was great, and I'm very excited to see that come to fruition in the nearby future. I also did a spreadsheet for the 250 years of Maine artists. So I got to read through many artists in our collection, research them, their birth dates, when they were working in Maine, what they created in Maine, where they lived. It has been very great to learn about the artists here. There's a huge artist community here that I was not privy to prior to coming here. So learning about that has been very nice. And then personal projects. As I said, I am a senior in college now, which is crazy. I feel like I just got there. And this semester I will be working on my senior thesis. So A lot of my time here has also been spent researching for that, finding a question to get into at some point, researching graduate schools and other paths after graduation was a big deal to me. I've asked so many people here about what they did after their bachelor's degree, and still haven't come to a complete decision, but I think grad school is in the future for me, so thank you all for your advice. And yes, now I'm looking at fall internships and options here and otherwise to continue because I need it for graduation. I enjoyed this experience, so why not do another one? Highlights. As you can see, I have so many. I will not go through them all and keep you all here with me, but very many highlights. I'll pick out a couple. So, birthday lunch with the curatorial team. Thank you guys again for that. That was so nice. I turned 21 here, for those who didn't know. So it was nice for you all to take me out and to speak to me. I really got to talk and connect with you guys, so that was very nice. Going to the Ellis Beauregard Foundation and meeting Donna McNeil, who is glamorous in all types of ways and amazing. The summer show was so much fun. Like Layla, I have social anxiety, so it was a little difficult at the end, but starting, very nice seeing all of these people, getting to hear the music, see people let loose, have a good time, talk to one another. That was very nice. The Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens, I love flowers, I love ecology, so that was very nice, and to see the artists there, learn more about Indigenous artists, wonderful. Touring with Jane and the Olsen House. I mean, beautiful. We knew that we were coming to Maine, and Maine is a beautiful state, but it was really like getting a Maine experience. You went around and you saw all of the beautiful water, the beautiful landscape, and then you got to see the Olsen House. It was just amazing. The Joyce Tennyson talk, amazing. Like I said to many of you, I am interested in contemporary photography, specifically feminist contemporary photography. So to hear her speak, to see her work, learn more about her work, to be at her house yesterday, which was crazy, and being with her was just great. And there are so many artist talks that I'm not going to get into, but that were fun. Classes, speaking to artists, learning about their work. It has been such a well-rounded, full experience of amazing opportunities that I will take with me into the future, that I will remember forever, and so I'm so grateful for those. Feedback. Not nearly as much as the highlights, so you guys did amazing. So, time management. There was a lot happening, and we were here for 1 month, which, like Amani said, and I believe Layla said, give us some more time here. We really enjoyed our time. And pushing everything into such a small period of time was like a lot. It was coming at us constantly. But thankfully it was all fun, so we enjoyed it all. Safety precautions. We are 3 women, 3 young women, 3 Black young women in a state that we don't know. We're far from home. It's nice to have little things, and thankfully Gwendolyn and the learning and engagement team were able to help us here at the end with getting some extra safety precautions to make sure that we felt safe in our home. But I'm sure that won't be a problem. The new intern house is right across the street. Understanding the intern. Me and Layla are more introverted. Amani is a more extroverted person. So events may work more for Amani, less for us. Or we may be at events for a shorter time than Amani. And that's the case for most extroverted and introverted people, is really finding a balance for that. Also, there were a lot of things planned, which we are grateful for, but I wanted to do some more stuff and, maybe ask the next interns what they want to see specifically when they come here. And so that goes into planning excursions, but really very little feedback for you all. It was a great time. I enjoyed myself. Looking forward. Like I said, I will be graduating soon, hopefully. And if all goes right, I'll be graduating in the spring and looking for grad schools to attend if I'm not already looked at one and chose one. And I will be working on so many projects. I am looking for internships, and y'all may see my face again quite soon. Please do keep in contact with me. This is my personal email, so once I graduate, you'll still be able to keep in contact. And yes, please, if you have any opportunities, if you want to hear how I'm doing, please contact me. I will be contacting all of you. You will not be missing out on me. So whether or not you want to hear what I'm doing, you'll hear what I'm doing. And so thank you again to everyone. Thank you especially to Chris and to Eddie and Sylvia and to Stephanie for having us here. It has been such a blessing. It has been so great. I have enjoyed myself, as I'm sure the other interns have, immensely. And I will certainly be coming back. You will all be seeing my face again.
All right.
So thank you.